I'm 𝗂𝗄𝗿𝗄𝗄, a recognized thought leader in the Microsoft Dynamics community and a Microsoft MVP for business applications. Welcome to the Get Your New View podcast. Keep listening to learn how we work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers that they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better business decisions, and even love their system.
So today we are talking about real customers and how they plan to use the sustainability features in Business Central. And with me today is Larisa Harrison. She is the co-founder and director of quality systems and a lot of other things at Bast Fibre Technologies. So we're going to talk with her today about that. So Larisa, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, hi, I'm Larisa Harrison. I'm based in Victoria, British Columbia. As Kim mentioned, I'm the Director of Quality Systems, Audits and Programs here at Bast Fibre Technologies, but been in the fiber business, national fiber business for over 25 years. So I've worn a lot of hats over the years, including sustainability roles.
I think one of the things that was really cool is we were talking about Wave 2 and the new features, and we started talking about the sustainability objects that were coming out in Wave 2. And I think, Larisa, you were one of our clients that was like the most excited about it. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about Bast and why sustainability is so important to Bast.
Yeah, sure. We process annually renewable agricultural crops like flax, hemp, cotton, and turn them into specialty natural fibers that can be used in everyday products like cleaning wipes, period care, textiles, that sort of thing. So we want to displace plastics in those types of products. So that's what we do. We started in 2016, a group of like-minded entrepreneurs and investors just to believe there was a better way to create these kinds of products rather than single-use plastic stuff you just throw in the trash. So that's how we came to be. So really, sustainability is the core of sort of what we stand for as a company and what we do. So it's not an add-on for us. It's just who we are.
And so when you looked at the sustainability features in Wave 2 in Business Central, which of those are you thinking about using, what's in there, and how you can use it for your business?
Well, yeah, we've looked at it recently. We're excited that the functionality is coming out in Wave 2. For us, we expect to use the sustainability management with the sustainability chart of accounts, set that up, use the sustainability journal. I imagine we would populate previous year data, so we had some year-over-year numbers, and then just start populating it, setting up our scorecards, setting up our goals. So yeah, we're excited.
What do you feel is missing still from 𝗬𝗲 to help you in that journey?
Well, I think like right now we have to calculate everything ourselves in separate. We have some tools that we use, and I think what's missing is some automation. Everything looks like we're going to have to manually populate those journals or manually populate the sustainability data on the purchase documents. So it would be great if we could set up some automation. So we would say, if we're purchasing something from a certain vendor, we know how far away they are, we know how they're going to ship it. So we could have some automation there. So say when we buy those goods, it's doing those calculations in the background for us. That would be helpful. If we could tie it into something like 𝗪𝗪𝗪 or TripIt and calculate, staff travel, rental cars with health stays. That would be good as well. Tying into our utility providers, so we can pull in that usage data. I think long term, if we could tie it to some sustainability LCA databases that have all those methodologies for calculating various impacts, that would be nice to see. I thought the sustainability certificates feature was interesting, but I'd like to see that go a step further so that, for example, we own a lot of certificates. We can process organic cotton in our U.S. facility, but it means we have to manage so if there's certificates along the way, it'd be nice to be able to embed those within Business Central so we could tie back our raw material usage to, say, the cotton gins and the original farmers or farms that it came from, because right now that's we have to do that as a manual process. So it'd be nice to bring something like that in. I think another area I'd like to see would be non-carbon indicators. So KPIs like water usage and water recycling within our production, metal recycling, maybe even things like land use tied to the fibers that we're buying, where they're growing, how they're growing. That would be interesting as well. I think the other thing would be on the reporting side as well, where right now it looks like we could report by facility, we could report by category, but I didn't see any functionality report by product. And for us, that's going to be really important because we can have two similar products that use different raw materials, and there's going to be a huge difference in carbon impacts based on, where was that fiber grown, how was it grown, how far did it come from, et cetera. So yeah, reporting product-wise would be fantastic as well.
Is there anything you would say to somebody that maybe doesn't have a sustainability program right now today and wanted to start one? Like, would you have any tips for them on how to get started?
Well, there are a lot of tools out there. We are certified with 𝗬𝗂𝗄𝗏, and that's kind of an ESG program that looking at our environmental and social impacts and our governance. So we use a tool from them, and that helps us calculate those impacts. We work with some other groups as well that have different calculators, so we kind of manually put it together, but it's just really getting started. You just have to figure out what methodologies are you using, and then start, what do you want to track, and are you going to do, just your scope 1? How far out are you going to do it? But I would just start with your key impacts in your business and then grow it out from there. Because I think, regulation is probably coming, so at some point, everybody's going to have to do it. It's good to get started now.
Yeah. And when you say regulations, just for maybe somebody that's not familiar with sustainability, which regulations do you think are going to start, more broadly adopted?
Right now in Europe, large companies have to report on their carbon impacts, their GHG impacts. Those fairly large companies, but I think by 2027, maybe even smaller companies are going to have to start reporting. If you're publicly traded in the United States and of a certain size, you already have to report that. And it just seems with these kinds of things over time, they just start bringing it down to smaller and smaller entities. So eventually it's just going to become across the board something people do. And for us in the industry we're in, that's just kind of the cost of business. Like, our customers want to see that data, so we just have to be able to collect it and provide it.
So for 2025, what's your sustainability goals or things that you want to achieve for 2025? What's on the docket for you guys?
Well, for us, we've made some improvements in efficiency in some of our facilities, so we want to be able to track that and show those improvements over time. So that would be key. And then just really getting a really consistent baseline so that we can then say, okay, let's look at that baseline and where can we make improvements.
Thank you for your time. Anything else you would like to say, or any parting words on sustainability?
I mean, that's what we do, so I could always talk for a long time on that. I won't bore everyone with it, but for me, it's always, I think, exciting to see companies look at where they can make improvements in sustainability. So it's nice for me to see that sort of becoming more mainstream, and having Microsoft build this into Business Central. And I'm hoping they'll put some continued resources into just making it more robust.
Well, thank you for your time, and that's all we have for today.
All right. Thanks very much.
Did your team ever really get good training to understand how to use your business software? Do you think you could use more features of your software if you just knew how? Are you frustrated with inefficiency that never seems to get better? Do you suspect that there just has to be a better way, but you don't know what that is? We believe every company can benefit from increased efficiency and higher utilization of their software, and that it's possible to have fun while learning exactly how to do that. The experts at NewView Strategies work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better decisions, and even love their system. Please contact us at getyournewview.com to get started.